What is up, divine beings? I'm going to do a channeled message with tarot, but before we start, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. If you feel like joining me, please join. If not, skip through. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, honoring ourselves, giving gratitude to ourselves, our bodies, and enjoying this moment of stillness. Remember that time can be controlled and manipulated. If you want time to slow down, start breathing more, all right? We're going to inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale and exhale. One last breath. We're going to inhale and exhale. May the spirits of the highest love come forward. May the ascended masters of the collective Akashic records come forward. We open the Akashic records for the collective, entering the portal, allowing love in. The records are not open. The records are not open. The records are not open. I'm really getting the sense of understanding how human fear is a tool of control, a tool of manipulation, and remembering the vibrational scale, y'all. The vibrational scale, and I guess I can link that down below, is comprised of the highest vibrations and the lowest vibrations. In the lowest vibrations, there is guilt, shame, and fear, and these have been the tactics that people use to manipulate you. So when we think of narcissists, they will use guilt, shame, and fear to pretty much put you in a disempowered state, to have them hover over you. But at the same time, when we look at institutions of power, then we can also see how guilt, shame, and fear is used as a weapon of control. Specifically, fear keeps coming up, and I am hearing that you are somebody who is undoing that. You are somebody who is not fearful, and it feels like sometimes you take risk, or you're being called to take a risk that might be devastating to others or fear-inducing to others, but for you it feels right, it feels good, it feels appropriate. And have compassion for those who have fear. Remember that they are in the matrix, they are still in that thought bubble, and you're not, and that's really it. Remember that we are all growing in spirit, and there was a time where you weren't spiritually attuned and now you are, and have the same compassion for others, all right, that you have for you. So there is a sense of not feeling hurt. There is a sense of fallouts that I'm picking up on. You might be going through some friendship fallouts. I'm hearing that they don't like the voice that you have. There is a new you that is coming forward, and I keep hearing the word they don't like it because they don't understand it and they can't handle that. Remember that some people live based on security. They live based on fear. This is not you. And they like to have an understanding of who they've known for a long time because that gives them this like order in themselves. There are a lot of people that live with a lot of anxiety and a lot of fright. And this is not to say that they are bad, but we have to know that they don't honor our true soul expression. They don't honor our true soul essence. And this isn't to say that we're writing them off, but this is to say we need to listen to our own intuition before we listen to anybody else. We have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups gives a time where there's almost like regret. There's almost like a sense of overthinking, a sense of like, am I making the right choice? And I get the sense that you do not want comfort anymore. Maybe there's a relationship that was comfortable but wasn't giving you everything you needed. Maybe there was a friendship that was comfortable but it wasn't giving you everything you needed, and you knew it deep down inside. But maybe it was like, I'm not going to be ungrateful. I'm going to enjoy this for what it is, and I'm going to make myself fit into it. Life is not about compromise. Life is not about martyrdom. And I get the sense that you're moving from a place of understanding that you're not meant to compromise. Now, of course, we can't be selfish, but I don't know why I'm hearing that selfish. I get the sense that somebody might be looking at you as selfish for moving in a different way than them. I get the sense that maybe you are self-prioritizing now more than ever, and I'm hearing the sense that you're being seen as selfish, but in all honesty, you're moving in your freedom. We have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands can deal with burnout. The Ten of Wands can deal with feeling stuck, feeling unexpansive, and this deals with carrying a lot of burdens. Like, you may have been carrying somebody's burdens. Like, I get the sense of like moving towards self-prioritization. Selfishness is not self-prioritization. Prioritization, excuse me. understand the difference. You're putting yourself as your priority because at the end of the day, this is your body, this is your vessel, this is your mind, this is your heart, and all these things require nurture. I get the sense that you're moving away from relationships that may be more selfish, that may be more, how do I say it? There's this sense of I need you now, I need you now, I need you now, I need you now, codependency. And you're leaving that with the High Priestess card. I get the sense of wanting to do a very huge thing in your life. This feels like a relocation, and I'm hearing the words December, November, January. So if any of you have been thinking about doing a major relocation, that feels very abrupt, but it feels also divinely timed. It feels abrupt to the human mind, but in your intuition, in your heart of hearts, in your soul, you feel like you need to make a shift. What I want to say is that it feels like it's going to happen around winter time of this year. If you're watching this now, if you're watching this any other time, then I would honestly say 6 months. I'm hearing 6 months for those of you who might be watching this later. For those of you who are watching it now, January, November, December, there's a shift coming. And it can be that you get news or like the okay to go. We have the Ten of Pentacles. I really get the sense that you need to be around a new environment. You need to be around new people. You need to be around new energy. For somebody specifically here, you grew up in the same space. You're still living in your hometown. And Spirit is saying, like, you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to get out of your shell. And you've been knowing this. For others, I'm hearing, like, work that is abroad, like maybe even moving countries. There's this need to relocate. And it's because you're around people who are not, it's not to say these people are blocking you, but they're not giving you a satisfaction that you require because they're not your true network. They're not your true soul community, your soul network. And remember that when you find your true soul community and your soul network, you first have to listen to your soul. You first have to be attuned to your soul. And you are doing this. You are trusting your intuition. You're getting prolific dreams, I'm also hearing. For some of you, you might want to work with the stone labradorite. I have it here. I have a labradorite sphere. Labradorite is a powerful crystal for dream work, for meditations, for getting visions of anything that might be going on, any divine guidance through the form of spiritual visions. Okay? I'm going to take out more cards and see what else might be coming up. If you're resonating with this, let me know in the comments below. We have the Ace of Wands. So we move from the Ten of Wands, which is burnout, to the Ace of Wands, self-prioritization. I really get the sense that some people are uncomfortable with this, and I'm hearing like, oh, you have the nerve, or oh, you're selfish, or oh, like, how do you do this without telling me? Again, you're moving towards self-prioritization. In the past, you were somebody where you carried a lot of people's burdens. You carried a lot of people's weights. You carried a lot of people's despair. But now you're moving forward with the energy of, yo, I can't make up for lost time. I have maybe, like, you might feel like you wasted years. But what Spirit is saying is like, no, you learned lessons. And now you're moving like without any sort of blockages. So you're gonna move fast. You're gonna move with velocity. When you are moving in attunement with your intuition, with your higher self, things actually move faster. I'm hearing higher self meditations. I'm hearing journaling and asking what your higher self would do in situations, asking your higher self for wisdom. We have a double ace. Now we have a second ace. We have the Ace of Swords. Releasing, letting go. For some of you, if you really want this move or this relocation to happen, you need to start letting go of physical objects that have emotional attachments to them. This means any clothes from exes. This means any hoodies from somebody who you're not speaking with anymore. Yes, like the clothes could be cute. Yes, it could be a fashion statement. Yes, it's comfortable, but let it go. I'm hearing any gifts you gotta let go of. You gotta donate it. You gotta release it. Remember that the physical objects around us have an energetic imprint on us. And when we let go of objects, we're also letting go of energy. It is a form of a cleanse. It is its own, in its own right, a spiritual cleanse, all right? What card fell out? The Queen of Pentacles. We have Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. So there's so much of this, like, just a possibility for growth. With the Queen of Pentacles, I get the sense of you discovering your worth. And because you're knowing your worth, now the universe will move in that vibration, in that alignment. When you know your worth, y'all, when you honor your worth, and it's not to say we're always going to feel worthwhile every single day, but when you ground yourself when you feel low, and tell yourself that you're worthwhile, when you remind yourself of your power, the universe will respond to it. I'm hearing the words goddesshood. For most of you watching this, you're tapping into your divine feminine, no matter your gender or your sex. And I get the sense of like being confident, being powerful, being strong, being brave. And for some of you, I'm hearing like maybe like something with a mom, or like, yeah, I'm hearing something with the mom. I'm hearing something about standing up to a mom, or just saying like, hey, I'm not gonna make you happy. I'm not gonna make you happy in the ways that you expect me to make you happy, because my life is my life. My life is not your extension of like existence. The next card that we have is the Six of Wands. Victory, but also recognizing your own self-worth. This is inner recognition, and when you know your self-worth, other people have to respond to it. Again, move toward your freedom, because I feel it so close. I feel like you're having a relocation, a movement, and for some of you, you've carried a lot of weight. We have the Six of Cups, but in the Santa Muerte Tarot, and if you like this deck, y'all, you can find it on the link to buy it on the About below on my Amazon shop. With the Six of Wands here, excuse me, the Six of Cups, this means you're holding on to too much weight. This means you're holding on to too much grief, too much baggage, and you try to make things work with people who are unworkable with. No matter what, they're not going to feel happy. They're not going to feel secure. And if, remember that happiness comes from within. If somebody is not happy within themselves, you could do whatever you can to make that relationship work. But I can tell you right now, it's still not going to work. The Ace of Pentacles, new work in a foreign country, new work in a foreign land. I keep getting that energy. We have 3 aces, so you're very close to new beginnings. And sometimes relationships that fall apart actually instigate new beginnings, because now we're like, okay, we gotta go. Like, I get that energy. I'm hearing the song by Rihanna, Shut Up and Drive. Like, get out, move forward, go where you gotta go. Don't think twice. Don't even look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. The Knight of Swords. A lot of confrontations were happening for you in the last 2 months, and it feels like these confrontations have to deal with, again, your worth, not feeling stuck in martyrdom positions with family, friends, partners, where you feel like you're doing everything you can to uplift them, but they're not feeling uplifted, or it's never enough, or you're doing one favor after the other, but it never really ends. 8 of Swords. Conflicts. It's almost like no matter what you do, if you stay in the situation, you're going to always be in conflicts. If you go, then you get to spend more time with you. This may, for some of you, you're ready. For others of you, I get the sense that you might still feel stuck in your comfort zone. But with the 10 of Swords, it's like, yo, you see the endings. You see that you have to go. And remember that when endings happen, this is also when rebirth comes forward, all right? So whatever's falling apart, I'm always going to say, falls into place. If you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or if you have connections with the planet Pluto or the goddess Kali Ma, then you understand that death always leads to rebirth, and there's gonna be death of sagas of relationships in our lives, but with that there's a rebirth. There's new sagas, there's new chapters, there's new episodes, there's new possibilities, there's new adventures, there's new experiences to be had, there's new love to be had, new friendships, new networks, new communities, all right? So while you are in the process of grieving, for some of you, please understand that there's so much more new happening. We had 3 aces fall out: the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a new charge, a new fire. The Ace of Pentacles is new material gains or new work that allows you to now be in a new environment, so it's going to be financially supported. And lastly, we have the Ace of Swords, remembering your self-worth, being honest and directing your communication, but also realizing, yo, I gotta clear some of this emotional clutter. I am not here to make other people happy. I am here to live in my soul truth. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. If you want a private reading, how to do so is on the about below. I will be doing some live readings here just to see what's up with the YouTube family and connect with my YouTube family a lot more. And if you want to follow me on social media, how to do so is on the about below. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great, y'all.